guys, what's going on? ModernGamer here, back with another episode of Road to the Top. I decided I'd probably just stop using the Tailwind team. I know I only used it for one episode, but I really like the team I brought to Regionals, and I think you guys will enjoy seeing it being used as well. It consists of Alolan Raichu, Tapu Koko, Tapu Lele, Krookodile, Goodra, and Celesteela. So a bit of a mix of offense and defense on the team, which I really like. I think probably my favorite part about the team is just the fact that it has the super hyper offensive mode, you know, with you have Raichu, Tapu Koko, you can sort of just like Z-move with Raichu, you can do a lot of damage with Tapu Koko, and then on the opposite side you have like Intimidate with Krookodile, you have on my team I have Assault Vest Goodra, which is like really specially bulky. I have physically bulky Citrus Berry Tapu Lele, so usually going to survive attacks, be able to do a lot of damage in return. And then Celesteela is Celesteela, so sort of like the stall master of Pokemon. You're able to go for Leech Seeds, substitutes, and whatnot, and just really stall out matches. So hopefully we find a first battle soon. We're actually going to play against Fumi at a 1571 rating. Not a super high rating, but yeah, it's actually like 100 less than mine. But hopefully we'll be able to pull this match out. We don't want to lose rating to someone who's 100 less. We'll lose a lot of rating. Straight off the bat, I'm inclined just to lead off with Tapu Lele and probably Krookodile. The reason being is that Tapu Lele will put up the Psychic terrain so I can't get fake-outed by Raichu, and Krookodile is able to one-hit knockout Arcanine if they go and lead that. In the back, I'm going to bring Goodra just because it 100% wins against their Tapu Bulu, and most likely wins against their Raichu and their Wishiwashi. And now for the last Pokemon, this is pretty difficult. Raichu can't really do anything against their Krookodile. Tapu Koko sets up electric terrain for their Raichu, which could be scary, but I actually think that Tapu Koko is probably the best to choose here. Just because, like, electric type attacks against Wishiwashi are good. It does a lot of damage to Arcanine still. It can actually hit their Krookodile with Gleam. And then I don't think, like, it really minds going 1v1 against Raichu either, so just sort of giving me, like, an offensive option in the back is pretty good, I think. And let's see. They're actually about to time out, so maybe they're not going to choose. Maybe they're about to DC or something. Yeah, and they actually don't choose their Pokemon, so let's see how this ends up. Maybe they, like, disconnected or something, because I really doubt that my opponent got their team in on time, unless they were, like, exactly at the very end right there. We'll actually see by their lead, because if you don't know, if you run out of time in Team Preview, it randomly selects Pokemon for you. And they're actually going to lead off with Krookodile and Oranguru, so pretty good lead off for me right here. Lele can go and one-shot their Krookodile. My Krookodile can go and taunt their Oranguru. I think, like, the only way this ends up bad here is if... Actually, no, I just realized there's another play I can go for. I was going to say it could be bad if they have Mental Herb on Oranguru, but I actually have an option that I can cover with right here. Because, let's say their Krookodile goes for taunt on my Krookodile. That would be risking a speed tie on their side, but if they got that, then they would get up Trick Room. And then they would also get a free switch. So I was thinking I could go and taunt Oranguru with Tapu Lele. But the more I think about it, like, I think they're probably just in a position to really go for Instruct or something. They actually go for Rock Slide, so already dealing with hacks straight off of turn 1. Let's see if Krookodile will get a taunt. And it does get a taunt, so that's good. That means they can't go for Instruct, can't go for Trick Room, they don't have Mental Herb, so it's going to stay there too. Moonblast should be able to knock out Krookodile. And then, are they going for Trick Room? Yep, they go for Trick Room, so that's really good for us. If they have, like, Arcanine switch in, that's going to be a little bit of an issue, but it's actually Tapu Bulu. So yeah, I definitely don't mind the position I'm in right now. Yeah, and I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to switch Tapu Lele into Goodra. And then I can just go for a Crunch into their Oranguru. I don't really mind if Krookodile goes down at this point either, because even though it would be really good against Arcanine if they have it in the back, I do have Tapu Koko that can outspeed Arcanine, and really it has a pretty good matchup against Arcanine too. Just because Flamethrower usually doesn't 2-hit KO Tapu Koko, and if they just go for Snarls, then they're sort of just wasting their time. Goodra comes in for Lele. And yeah, if they go for Horn Leech or something into Krookodile, then I really don't mind that. They're actually Citrus Berry Oranguru, so that's still pretty good for me. Oranguru goes for Psychic into Goodra, and they're actually faster than Bulu too. Bulu goes for Wood Hammer, and they actually do attack the Krookodile, so that's pretty interesting, to say the least. I don't really see a reason for my opponent to make a prediction like that. Like, there's a chance that Lele could protect right there. But, like, Krookodile didn't really threaten anything besides the Oranguru. Nonetheless, we're still in a good position. Tapu Bulu should be in range of my Sludge Bomb at this point. Tapu Lele should be able to just come in and go for Moonblasts. And Oranguru really doesn't put out any offensive pressure here, so depending on what they have in the back, I think I just win 100% right here. Like, maybe if their Oranguru can survive 2 Moonblasts here, then they have a chance. But even then, like, I don't really see a way for them to win here. Because if they switch out, let's say they switch out Bulu into Arcanine, they're able to Snarl next turn, and that means that Oranguru can survive another turn. But, like, Arcanine doesn't really have any offensive pressure against Goodra either, so Goodra still pretty much wins 1v1. Also, if they switch out Bulu, there's a chance that I can poison whatever comes in too, so I'll deal damage if I get a poison that's really, really good, especially against Arcanine. He actually protects with Bulu to scout to see what I'm doing, though. So yeah, Moonblast, they should be able to 2-hit knock out the Oranguru at this point. No, it's not. So he is like max special defense or something. Psychic's going to go onto Goodra, probably going to do about a quarter, if even. That was a critical hit too, but Taunt's going to wear off, which is really good for me. I'm just going to go for another Sludge Bomb, and going to use the tech of Taunt on Tapu Lele. Probably my favorite part of this Pokemon in general is the fact that it's just so bulky. You have Taunt, people don't expect the Taunt. Yeah, and he switches in Wishiwashi. Sad for you, boy, because, yeah, you're not going to be able to go for Trick Room, and I'm pretty much able to destroy Wishiwashi in this position. So yeah, Goodra Sludge Bomb. Going to do a little bit of damage here, not too much. And yeah, he can't Trick Room at all. He actually has leftovers on there as well. But yeah, I'm still in like a super great position. I really don't care about the Oranguru at this point. Yeah, I mean, I can just go for a Thunderbolt and Psychic into Wishiwashi. And if they switch into Bulu and Protect, I really don't care about that. So he actually goes... sorry, I go for Psychic. Thunderbolt should definitely pick up the knockout here, and maybe if he can, like, critical hit my Goodra 3 more times, maybe he can win, but Tapu Koko in the back should be able to lock this up. Psychic on a Goodra. Yeah, that doesn't even do, like, close to enough damage. Not to mention that their Oranguru goes down, I believe, to 2 more Moonblasts, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, plus I'm getting recovery on Goodra too. So yeah, I should just win here. Moonblast, I don't even think I need to KO the Oranguru with Moonblasts at this point. Bulu should go down to Sludge Bomb as well. And we get the special attack drop too, so yeah, even if they critical hit, I don't even think they're going to do any damage. There's no Psychic terrain. And I actually critical hit Bulu, but most of the time that KOs them from max HP anyways, so I don't really think that mattered. Yeah, and we should just win this now. I mean, I know I've been saying that, like, since like turn 2 or 3 of the match, but like my opponent was in a really bad position. They expected to be able to go for the Trick Room mode, and really they didn't have a way to deal with Goodra anyways. So like even if they were Mental Herb or Oranguru, I think I just won anyways. Alright, and they just forfeit, so gonna get a win. Pretty nice to come back to Road to the Top and be able to get a win. I believe after this we should be around 1680, so 1 or 2 more games we should be able to get up to 1700. That's sort of like the goal for where we want to be, just because in the mid-1600s you're still playing people who aren't super good, and then when you're in the 1700s you just start, like, you don't really play people in that range anymore. Everybody you play is usually within like 100 range, so for the most part you should have more competitive matches overall. And yeah, so 1673, not too much from that match. We're going to play against King Will, though, 1700s rating. Going to be Tapu, Bulu, Gigalith, Arcanine, Gengar, Lapras, and Kartana, so a little bit more scary than the match, or the opponent that we just faced. Gigalith is a little tough for my team to deal with. And then Bulu in general is also like super scary in combination with the Gengar. I think I'm just going to go Krookodile Goodra as a lead. Excuse me. And that's just because Krookodile Intimidate against Gigalith is good, against Bulu is pretty good, against Kartana it's pretty good. Goodra has a really nice time against pretty much everything here. And I think there's a really low chance that they might go for an Arcanine Kartana lead, but even in that case, Goodra has a pretty good matchup against the Kartana, especially after Intimidate. They're really not doing too much damage. I'm going to bring Tapu Koko in the back because it gives me a good option for Kartana and Lapras, but this last selection is actually pretty hard to make. Celesteela, if I do bring it, it's weaker to their Arcanine. And it also can't do anything to their Kartana. So actually, I'm going to go with Raichu in the back, I think. I can't really switch into anything, which is bad, but I think being able to have 2 options for Z moves and having the option to sort of beat and, well, outspeed Kartana and sort of beat it, I guess. And then it also outspeed... No, it doesn't outspeed... Yeah, it speed ties with Gengar too, so I can just Psychic against that. He actually leads off with Bulu and Gengar, so really, really good lead matchup for me. Sludge Bomb should, like I said in the last battle, it should be able to knock out Tapu Bulu. And then Gengar really can't do anything against my 2 Pokemon right now either. Like, they could Will-O-Wisp Krookodile, but I'm really not too scared of that. Just because, like, I should be able to 2-hit KO Gengar despite it. And then Gengar doesn't really do any damage here either. Plus, going for Crunch breaks a potential Sash. They actually switch out Bulu, though, into Lapras. So, gonna go for the defensive mode. Gengar actually has Energy Ball, so more likely than not, this KOs Krookodile. Pretty bad for me, but at the same time, I get a free switch into Tapu Koko. And they're actually Life Orb, too, so that's even better for us. And then Sludge Bomb should do a little bit of damage to Lapras here. Poison would be really good, but unfortunately we don't get it. Alright, so it looks like their Gengar is probably running like 3 attacking moves, probably Energy Ball, Shadow Ball, and Sludge Bomb. Lapras is definitely holding the Assault Vest here, but with the Electric Surge, that sort of cancels it out, so I'm able to get a lot of damage off on Lapras here. Yeah, and I think I can just go for a Thunderbolt into Lapras. Or do I even need to Thunderbolt? I think I can just Thunderbolt the Gengar and Sludge Bomb Gengar. Because that covers a Tapu Bulu switch in. And they actually switch out Lapras, so probably into Bulu. But at the very least, this should almost knock them out. And if they don't poison me with Sludge Bomb, then I survive on Focus Sash. So let's see. Thunderbolt should bring it down to under half. Sludge Bomb connects and doesn't poison. That's really important. If it doesn't poison, we're in a super fantastic position. Okay, and if Sludge Bomb doesn't KO here, that's actually even better for us. Okay. Alright, so this is actually really, 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 really good for us, because Dazzling Gleam should be able to KO Gengar, and their Tapu Bulu can't take a Sludge Bomb either, so... like, if they switch out or something here, they're just taking free damage, which I definitely appreciate. Tapu Bulu protects, so they're just going to sack Gengar. Which, again, like, that's completely fine with me, because they're still stuck in with Bulu, and they're running out of switch options, too. Yeah, and that KOs. Alright, let's see. I imagine there's a chance that they might bring Lapras in, just because it might have, like, Ice Shard or something to threaten my Tapu Koko. Yeah, and they do have Lapras, so that's fine with me. Yeah, and I think I can just go for... a Sludge Bomb into Bulu. Well, I don't know. What did they have in the back? Arcanine, Kartana, and Gigalith. Alright, so I'm going to go for a Flamethrower into Bulu and a Protect. If they have Kartana, they're going to go down. And it's Arcanine, actually, so... that's actually really, really scary, since I have Raichu in the back. At the very least, Ice Shard won't connect or anything and KO here. Ice Shard into Koko. Flamethrower, unfortunately going into Arcanine, but I wanted to cover for the potential of Kartana in the back. And I'm actually going to recover a bit with Koko here too, so Ice Shard shouldn't be able to pick up a knockout. Alright, and now I'm going to go for a risky play. I'm going to double into the Arcanine. Because there's a chance they might switch out Lapras into Bulu or something. Like, I highly doubt that Arcanine would go into Bulu here. And they're probably thinking that Ice Shard might not KO here. Alright, that does some good damage. Snarl's going to come out, do a little bit more damage, but that shouldn't knock out Koko. Drops my special attack, which is also pretty bad, but... oh, and I'm faster than Lapras. Ooh, and I critical hit. Ooh, I think that wins me the game. Okay, and Freeze Dry actually goes into Goodra here. So I'm really not sure why my opponent went for that, because Koko's going to stay up for another turn and get more recovery. And, like, yeah, Goodra's also getting recovery too, and they're really not doing any damage to me either. Yeah, so we're actually in a really good position now. Because Bulu has to take a Sludge Bomb here to be able to, for them to be able to win. Yeah, because I can just Sludge Bomb and then go for a Protect. And it's also worth mentioning that their Bulu can't really touch Goodra either. So even if they, like, let's say they go for Freeze Dry onto Goodra, they go Protect on Bulu. Yeah? Yeah, 1 second. I'm recording. Alright. I have to go in a minute, so good thing we have 2 battles already. But yeah. Okay, Tapu Koko Protect. I was saying if Lapras Freeze Dries and their Bulu protects, that's fine. Okay, and they're actually faster than Goodra, so this is really, really good for us. And he actually takes that Sludge Bomb, so there's... yeah, so they're actually, like, super bulky with Bulu. Alright, and I'm going to recover with Koko here, which is really good. Yeah, and I think at this point I can just go for... another Sludge Bomb into Bulu, and then just a Thunderbolt into Lapras. Because if they protect here, then Lapras is just going to take a bunch of damage. Alright, and actually does nothing. Oh wow, and it's a speed tie with their Tapu Bulu too, so we actually win that. Critical hit doesn't matter at that point, but yeah, they actually speed-tied my Goodra there. Freeze Rai into Goodra again, but that's still not doing much. They actually got a crit there. Ooh, it wasn't a crit. It was a damage roll. But, yeah, now we can just go for Thunderbolts. And I'm actually going to switch out Koko into Raichu at this point, because since they weren't able to deal with Koko, I can get up my Electric Terrain again, and then they shouldn't be able to KO Raichu even if they target that slot. So they actually go for the Ice Shard too, just a little bit added on top there. Yeah, Thunderbolt, not going to do much at all, but yeah, we're able to just... Yeah, we can just cycle out Goodra for Tapu Koko. We can go for Thunderbolt into Lapras. We do have Toxic on Raichu, but we're not going to risk missing it. Not to mention that Thunderbolt should be doing more damage here anyways. And this should... Oh, we got a crit, I think. No, okay, so I guess we just do that much damage. I know I'm saying, like, critical hits a lot, but it feels like I'm doing more damage than I should in those situations, but... I don't know, I guess Electric Terrain is like choice specs, so maybe I'm just, like... I don't know, maybe I'm just expecting it to do less damage or something. I used this team for an entire weekend, and I'm still surprised by, like, how many different things you're able to do with these teams. Like, the terrains are just so cool. They make you do a lot of damage. They help you supportively. Like, they're just really cool. But yeah, that's going to be the end of the episode, guys. I know it was sort of like another fast-paced episode, but that's just how it is, I guess, with some of these battles. And I'm pretty sure you guys would rather see that than, like, super stally 20-minute matches or anything, which thankfully doesn't really happen that often on here. But, yeah, thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please go and make sure you leave a like. Helps me out a lot. Make sure that I know that I'm doing a good job. And if you want to keep up with my content as we head towards the future, make sure to go check out my social media and hit subscribe. I'm ModernGamer, and again, for, like, the 5th time, thanks for watching, guys.